In this video, we're going to give you 5 ways to save serious money while full-time RVing.
And we know what we're talking about because what we're about to share with you saves us literally thousands of dollars a year.
So we're pretty excited about this video because it's all about saving money while full-time RVing.
And it doesn't matter if you've been on the road for 15 years or only 1, or if you're still in the planning stages, because absolutely everyone can benefit from some or all of the money-saving tips we're about to share with you.
So let's get to it.
My RV mail. My RV mail is first on the list because it's our biggest money saver. Like many full-time RVers, when we decided to hit the road, we knew we either didn't want to or couldn't afford to hang on to our sticks and bricks while also financing our travels across the U.S. So we sold it.
But we still needed a state of residency for things like
Tax purposes,
so we could vote,
driver's licenses,
register our truck, and Airstream.
and we still needed a secure place for all of our mail to go.
And while finding a new state of residency, which is also known as a change of domicile, might seem a little overwhelming to some, it actually ended up being great for us because we're free to choose a more tax-friendly state to call home.
South Carolina is where we used to live and owned a home before we hit the road as full-time RVers. And every year we were hit with personal property taxes on our vehicle and Airstream, and Sal's military pension was taxed through the state. So while there aren't a ton of tax-friendly states out there, there are a few that can help you avoid those taxes.
So how do you claim a new state as a home without actually living in it? Well, that's where My RV Mail comes into play. My RV Mail is not just the best mail forwarding service out there, but it also provides serious money-saving solutions for us full-timers who have chosen to leave behind and sell their sticks and bricks, like we did. And how they do that?
Well, My RV Mail is located in Florida. Florida just happens to be one of those tax-friendly states. And My RV Mail was able to provide us with a legal Florida address, not a P.O. box like other mail forwarding businesses want to give you. And with our new Florida address, we were able to register our truck and Airstream, get driver's licenses, register to vote, use it for tax purposes, and absolutely anything else someone might use their address for. We are just as much Florida residents as someone who owns a home there.
And how does being a Florida resident save us money?
Florida doesn't have annual vehicle property taxes, and the state doesn't tax Sal's military pension.
So we're no longer paying thousands of dollars a year in taxes on our truck and rig. And my pension is a little bit bigger every month because we're not paying those state taxes.
And that literally saves us thousands of dollars a year. So without question, My RV Mail is our biggest money saver.
Combine that with My RV Mail's outstanding mail forwarding services and their customer service, and we're forever loyal customers.
To sign up for any of their services and receive a nice discount, you can visit their site through the link on the sidebar of our homepage at thetintcantravelers.com, or you can use the link in the description of this video. Either way, you get a great discount. Passport America. Okay, so this just has to be said. If you're a full-time RVer or even a part-timer, you must have Passport America. Their annual pass is dirt cheap. We're talking $44, and this gives you half off the price of campsites at participating campgrounds across the entire country. And in most cases, you only need to use the discount pass one time to make back your money. We're talking about one night.
So here's a little confession. We've been full-time RVing right around 3 years before we signed up for Passport America. And that's because I'm retired military, so we always just stayed in military bases. And the military campgrounds, also called FAM camps, are typically very cheap, and most come with a lot of conveniences right there on base. But mainly we stayed there because they were a heck of a lot cheaper than the private campgrounds.
Yeah. The downside to limiting ourselves to just military bases, though, was that there wasn't always a base in the area we wanted to be in. So we would either have to drive long distances to visit the people and places we wanted to see, or we would find a state park, which is also usually pretty cheap, but they frequently lack full hookups, and they're not always centrally located either. For 3 years, we did this thinking we were being smart with our money. We figured, so what if we had to drive a little farther to get to our destination or be inconvenienced by a lack of full hookups? We were saving money, right? Wrong.
Once we realized Passport America's discount card would get us into all those nice and expensive private campgrounds for the same price, and many times even less than what we were paying for at military and state parks, we were both thrilled and, quite honestly, a little disappointed we hadn't signed up sooner.
Now that we have the Passport America annual pass, our campground options have gone from just military bases and state parks to countless centrally located full hookup campgrounds that cost the same, if not even less, than what we were paying before.
Campground fees are usually at or near the top of an RVer's largest expenses. So if there's a way you can cut those expenses in half, then why wouldn't you do it? The Passport America annual pass costs practically nothing, and in return you get half off of any participating campground. And there are a ton. This is a no-brainer.
You can find the link to Passport America on the sidebar of our website at thetincantravelers.com or in the description of this video below. Signing up with them through us will get you a great discount on an already very cheap discount card. So if you don't have Passport America, you need to sign up for it now. Like literally now. Pause the video and go sign up.
Military bases. So this one obviously will only apply to active and retired military, but if that's you, the campgrounds on military bases, also known as FAM camps, shouldn't be underestimated. Just because we're members of Passport America and now have more campground options to choose from, doesn't mean military bases don't deserve to be on this list. We will always be fans of FAM camps, and let's face it, it's definitely a sense of security we get when we're surrounded by men and women in uniform. You can't beat the conveniences of the base, and they're also very cheap.
Prices do vary depending on the region of the country you're in, but for the most part, they're on par with Passport America affiliated campgrounds. So full hookups, security, and conveniences mean FAM camps have been and will continue to be an excellent way to save money while full-time RVing. Discount passes.
Whenever we're camp hosting, we meet people all the time who inquire about discounts for seniors and people with disabilities. And that's because they don't know passes exist for both. And since I think we all know there's lots of seniors and people with disabilities who RV, this is one of those categories you're going to want to pay attention to if you're either.
There are a few discount passes out there, but America the Beautiful Senior Pass and the Access Pass are the two we see most frequently when we're camp hosting. RVers can present these passes to gain free entry into national parks and forests, but they can also use them to get 50% off their campsite fees. And these discounts apply whether you present them in person or use them online when making reservations.
To qualify for the Senior Pass, you just have to be a certain age. To qualify for the Access Pass, you have to apply and provide proof of permanent disability. So let's not forget about the military personnel. Many military personnel retire or get discharged with some percentage of disability, and regardless of how small that percentage is, you will qualify. I waited 6 months to finally receive my Access Pass, but considering it's free, there was no reason not to get it. And the Senior Lifetime Pass has a one-time fee of $80, and you gotta be 62 or older.
We've used the Access Pass to gain free entry into the national parks we've visited since we hit the road, plus half off the campsites in those parks. And we also get half off campsites in the Army Corps of Engineer campgrounds as well.
So if even just part of your full-time RVing adventures include visiting and or camping in national parks or forests, you need to have one of these passes. They'll save you a ton of money. You can get more info on both of these passes on the sidebar of our website or clicking the link in the description below.
Boondocking. Boondocking, also known as dry camping, isn't necessarily last on this list because it doesn't offer much of a savings, because it does. How much savings it offers, though, is really dependent on how frequently you boondock and for how long. Take Quartzsite, Arizona, for example. Every year, over 1 million RVers make their way to this little desert town and spend anywhere from a few days to the entire winter in the desert boondocking.
In Quartzsite, you can stay in one of the LTVAs, which stand for long-term visitor area, with dirt cheap prices and unlimited access to dump stations. Or you can stay for free outside the LTVAs and use the dump stations out in town.
And again, campground fees are one of an RVer's most costly expenses. So if you can boondock somewhere for several months a year or in several places throughout the year, you're going to save a bunch of money. If you're interested in learning more about Quartzsite, Arizona, we wrote a couple blog posts on the topic. One of them is called Boondocking in Quartzsite, Arizona, What You Need to Know, and the other is Quartzsite, Arizona, Yay or Nay. You can find them both on our website at thetincantravelers.com.
So we hope you enjoyed this video, but more importantly, we hope it gave you some ideas on how you can start saving money while full-time RVing right now.
So we say it all the time in our blog post, but we'll say it here too. As full-time RVers, having options is extremely important when it comes to saving money. We utilize each and every one of the 5 ways to save money we talked about here today, and we really do save thousands of dollars every year.
And on that note, thanks for watching, and don't forget to give this video a like, push that notification button so you don't miss our next video, and show your support by subscribing to our channel. And until next time, we'll catch you down the road.
Bye. Thanks for watching.
Take care now.